Right, I made a video earlier and I had to reconstruct the entire table just purely because I used M6 bolts and they weren't very strong. Now I've got M8 bolts with reinforcements to make sure that they don't bend and break and drop 40 kilos worth of metal onto your foot. So that's pretty sturdy. It will hold. Lots of alcohol. Don't put your weight on it. Not if you're fat like me, but it's enough to hold quite a few alcohol containers and perhaps a cocktail shaker to finish. The reason I created this table was purely because I like to play with toys and I'm a big boy. So what we have is something called an epileptic gear, I can say that right, Planetary gear system. That's a coffee table with a moving gear. We have an RB199 component, a titanium airbus component, just a giant washer really to keep it in place. It's not designed to be it's not designed to work on its own. It needs a little bit of manualness to it, but it does work in that respect. This is a bit rudimentary. It does slide around a bit. I could perhaps design it better, but to be honest with you, for the amount of money I've put into it so far, I barely make my money back if I sold it for £250. So unless you want to buy it for £1,000, then I'd have to redesign that bit. But overall, you've got a movable gear system coffee table, which is definitely overkill for anybody's front room, but it's good fun to play with. And if you do have this on the carpet rather than a shiny floor, it will be a bit more stable because that'll stop that from moving around so much. That will move around in its sleeve, but it is countersunk, so it shouldn't come out. It just looks a bit wobbly, and the idea is that you can lift this gear, remove the disc, and then you can countersink it back in for when you don't want to use it as a giant toy. But there you go, that's my video, and that's the joys of Star Art creating coffee tables out of jet engines.